Going to be making up a little snack today. Now what we're going to make is donuts, really simple to do, and we're going to have a nice strawberry jam to dunk them in. So you've got ring donuts, dunk them in the strawberry jam and oh, delish. Now to make these donuts, really nice simple ingredients and the sort of thing you may already have in your store cupboard or whatever. Now I'm going to use 225 grams of self-raising flour, 30 grams of caster sugar, a little pinch of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 150 millilitres of milk. So all that makes the dough, which makes a donut, and they're so simple. Now the other thing we're going to need to make is a sort of strawberry or raspberry kind of jammy sauce so you can, you know, dunk your donuts in. And that's so simple because however much jam you use, just use half the amount of water. Bring it to the boil for about a minute, tip it in a sort of little bowl and that's ready to go. So simple as pie, but absolutely delicious. So now I've gone through the ingredients, what we're first of all going to do is to make up this sort of jammy sauce that you can dip your donuts in. Now I'm going to do that first because it's very simple, very quick, but it's good to get it out of the way so you can really concentrate on making your donuts. So let's go over to the hob, get yourself a pan, put some strawberry jam, bit of water, bring it to the boil. Now I've come over to the hob and I've got myself my jam. Now I've used a fairly nice jam and I'm just going to put an amount that I think will kind of fill the little bowl that I'm going to serve it up with. And then I'm going to pour some water in there. Now if you can, try and use about half the amount of water to jam. Oh, it's not an exact science. That'll do. We can always add a little bit more if we need to. Switch the heat on, bring it to the boil and stir it occasionally. Now the water's just come to the boil, so give it a stir. And what we want to do is now and again, give it a stir. And I would say only cook this for a minute, maybe 2 minutes at the most. And have a look at it. If it's too watery, add a little bit more jam. If it's a little bit too thick, then obviously just add a little bit more water. So I've put the jam and the water in the pan and I've cooked for about 1 minute 30 seconds. Now I'm going to turn that off now. Now let's take this off the heat. I'll show you, I've got myself a bowl. Be careful because it's still quite hot. There you go. Got a lovely sort of jammy sauce ready for those donuts. So let's go and get on with the donuts next. Now I'm going to make up this really nice dough, simple dough for making these donuts. Now it doesn't matter too much on the order. I've got me flour, baking powder, caster sugar, a little pinch of salt. Now with the milk, I'm going to add most of it, but keep a little bit back. So let's just swirl it around and it should form a really nice looking dough. And then we can just roll it out and cut the donuts out. You just want enough that it kind of binds together really. Might just add a little bit more milk. I'll leave that like that. Now let's just move this out of the way, the bowl. Now I'm going to get myself some flour. Just duffed off the surface there. I'm just going to dust off a little bit on top. Also put a little bit in my hand. I'm going to get my rolling pin. Put a little bit on there. Just quickly roll it out really. Do use enough flour because otherwise everything sticks to everything and do it really. There you go, I think we're ready to cut them out. You won't need to kind of roll it out really sort of rough. Now let's go and get some bits and pieces for cutting out these donuts. So now we've got the dough all rolled out. I've got it to about 1 centimetre thickness. And now what I'm going to do is to start cutting out my donuts. Now I was looking around to see what sort of pastry cutters and glasses and things that I could make for making me donuts, because obviously we need a little circle in the middle and then we need a bigger one on the outside. So, you know, have a look around and see what you've got. Now what I'm going to use is this one here, and let's just start off by putting that there. I think I'm going to use this pastry cutter to go in the middle of it. That's it. Just squash that down. So there's my first donut. Let's have a look. Take this out. Look, it's not quite centralised, that one, so we'll have another go. Squash that down. Pull that round. Oh yeah, that's not bad, that one. Now I've got my donuts and I've sort of cut them out. They're not exactly the same thickness or size or even shape, to be honest with you. Don't worry about that, because they're going to fry up and they're all going to taste delicious. Put them in a bit of caster sugar, dunk them in a bit of jam. Oh, going to be great. Now, just, you know, once you've sort of cut them out, re-roll the mixture, the dough, and then you keep cutting them out until it's all gone. So I've got no dough left. Now what I'm going to do is go over to the hob, get myself a frying pan, put some oil in there, and we're going to start frying these up. Now I'm going to start frying up these donuts. Now oil wise, I'm going to use rapeseed oil. Now you could use any oil you like, I think this will give a really nice flavour. Now put a good glug of that in. You can always reuse this oil, so don't worry. Now let's switch the heat on, bring it up to a fairly high temperature, but what you don't want to do is to make it so it's smoking. Now I've got the oil and it's on a fairly medium heat. It's fairly hot, but just not quite smoking yet. Now what I'm going to do is get my donuts, and if we put those in, start sizzling away. And we don't want to overdo the pan. I think we'll probably get about 4 of those in there. They should sort of pop up to the surface if the oil's hot enough. Now with the donuts, I would say do them in fairly small batches. Don't try and cram too many in the pan at once. And they should sort of bobble along the top there. And what I would say is cook them for about 2 minutes, 1 minute each side, until they've gone nice and golden brown. Okay, I'm just going to flip those over one more time. So really, you know, no time at all. Pull those out and we're going to put them on a bit of paper tissue. Now I've got my donuts there. Now what I'm going to do is to put a little bit of, first of all, I'm just going to put a little bit of caster sugar over the top. And again, just a little bit here, like that. And we can tip these, whoops, oh, lost one there. I'll have that one. Now, I've also got me strawberry jammy sauce that we're going to use. So let's just try one of these donuts. Not the same shape as I said, but it's going to taste equally as good. Let me try that. Oh, that is lovely. Oh, that is absolutely scrummy. A bit more of that. Look at that, strawberry jammy sauce, homemade donuts, you really can't go wrong. Lovely doughy mixture inside. Let me just grab this one, look, really nice. I really do hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. See you again soon, the original Naked Chef.